Fractions and fractional numbers. A fraction is a number which represents a part of a whole. In the figure shown here, a strip has been divided into 5 equal parts. Out of these 5 equal parts, 3 parts have been colored shaded. Clearly, the colored portion represents 3/5. In numeral, we denote it by 3 by 5, read it as 3 by 5. We can write 3 by 5 in words as 3/5. A fraction consists of numerator and denominator. The upper part of a fraction is called numerator, while lower part is called denominator. For example, in fraction 3 by 5, 3 is known as numerator and 5 is known as denominator. When one unit is divided into several equal parts, each part of a unit is called a fractional unit. If we add all the fractional units of a unit, then its sum is always equal to 1. For example, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5, 1 by 6, 1 by 50, 1 by 100, etc. all are fractional units. We also sometimes refer to fractional units as unit fractions. Fractions on number line. We have learnt about the representation of whole numbers and integers on number line. Now we will learn representation of fractions on number line. Let us try to represent 1 by 3 on a number line. We know that 1 by 3 is a third part of a whole which is greater than 0 and less than 1. So it lies between 0 and 1. We draw the number line to represent 1 by 3. No more. In a fraction, the line that separates the numerator and the denominator is called a vinculum, which is also referred to as the fraction bar. Now mark 2 points O and P to represent 0 and 1 respectively. We divide the distance between point O and P into 3 equal parts using 2 more points M and N. Then M represents 1 by 3. Again, to represent 1 by 5 on a number line, we divide the gap between 0 and 1 into 5 equal parts and take first part from 0 as shown in the figure below. Point P represents 1 by 5. Thus, point R represents 3 by 5, marking fractions lengths on the number line. If we have marked lengths equal to 1, 2, 3 units on the number line as shown below, the fraction gives the length of the blue line will be 1 by 2 unit long because the distance between 0 and 1 is 1 unit long. Similarly, if the fractional unit is divided a length of 1 unit into 3 equal parts as shown below, the fraction gives the length of the blue line will be 2 by 3 unit long because the distance between 0 and 1 is 1 unit long. And if the fractional unit is dividing a length of 1 unit into 5 equal parts as shown below, the fraction gives the length of the blue line. The fraction gives the length of the blue line will be 2 by 5 unit long and 4 by 5 unit long because the distance between 0 and 1 is 1 unit long. Fractional units as part of a whole. The picture shows a whole pizza. Below, a picture of the pizza cut into some pieces and their fractional parts. If a circle is divided into 4 or 5 equal parts, the fractional parts will be as follows. Fractions as a part of a collection. The fractional part of a collection is determined by dividing the collection into subgroups equal to the number of representing the denominator of the fraction. Then the number of subgroups is equal to the number of representing the numerator of the fraction. Consider a collection of 10 mangoes. If we divide the collection into 5 equal parts, we get 2 mangoes in each of the 5 parts. Thus, 1/5 of 10 is 2. So, in general, fraction can be defined as given below. Fractions. The numbers of the form P by Q, where P and Q are natural numbers, are called fractions. Here P is called the numerator and Q is denominator of the fraction P by Q. For examples, A. 3 by 7 is a fraction with numerator is equals to 3 and denominator is equals to 7. B. 9 by 14 is a fraction with numerator is equals to 9 and denominator is equals to 14. Fractional part of a collection. Actually, the fractional part of a fraction is a set of objects. It is determined by dividing the collection into groups.
Example 1. What fraction of a year is 3 months? Solution. We know that 1 year is equals to how many months? Is equals to 12 months. So the required fraction will be equal to 3 upon 12. So it will be 1 by 4. Hence 1 by 4 is the required fraction. Example 3. Find 2 by 5 of 20. Solution. Just write 2 by 5 and write this off as multiplication then as it is. So now we are aware how to solve it. 20 can be cancelled by 5 4 times and 2 into 4 is 8. Hence we got the answer 8.